Everybody makes spelling mistakes, all right? Everybody does. I do, everybody does. But on Twitter, Donald Trump makes a lot more of them than most people. Just this week, he misspelled Republican and unfair. But those are hardly the worst examples. We have seen countless absurd spellings from the commander-in-chief. He has called showbiz shoebiz, there's hamburgers, there's the smocking gun, there's a lot of these.
That you can communicate it to the people here, to your clients, to whomever.
Oh, okay.
What?
It's whoever, not whomever.
Slippery slimeball liars and third-rate reporter flunkies. Is there no end to the commander-in-chief's name-calling?
No, it's whomever.
No, whomever is never actually right.
Well, sometimes it's right.
Of all the tweets there's been, I want to hone in on just one of the many attacks. This is his bald-faced lie about New York Times reporter Maggie Haberman. Bald-faced lie about New York Times reporter Maggie Haberman.
Michael is right. It's a made-up word used to trick students.
I actually wonder if this kind of a conversation is exactly the kind of thing his base would mock, that they would maybe see this as it's some sort of authenticity. Obviously, he's doing his own tweets. He's not getting someone to manage his account for him.
She's calling her a third-rate reporter and a crooked Hillary flunky who I don't speak to and have nothing to do with. Let's just stop right there. That tweet is wrong in at least 4 different ways. He didn't even spell her name right.
I mean, imagine him home alone at the White House. He
didn't even spell her name right.
No, actually, whomever is the formal version of the word.
So since this show is called Reliable Sources, let's talk about some of the administration's sloppiness. So here's what the researchers found. On average, Trump makes a spelling error at least 1 out of every 5 days.
Obviously, it's a real word, but I don't know when to use it correctly.
Not a native speaker.
Let's take a look at the 2020 Democratic candidates as well, and just see how Trump compares. Well, this says it all. Every time I make a mistake or have to run a correction, I am mortified.
Started by saying that young people with degrees are already winners. I have to add that your youth is also losers. The percentage of jobs
I am mortified.
I know what's right, but I'm not going to say because you're all jerks who didn't come see my band last night.
Do you really know which one is correct?
I don't know.
And so the special counsel Mueller, there's all of these examples of the errors that he shares on Twitter.
It's whom when it's the object of the sentence and who when is the subject.
That sounds right.
This was a statement that could have been written days ahead of time. I would have been happy to proofread it for them or fact check it for them.
Well, it sounds right, but is it?
How did Ryan use it as an object?
As an object.
Ryan used me as an object.
But it hasn't always been this way. Look, in 2015, only 18 misspellings, only 18 errors. But there's been a huge spike since he took office.
And
Some people suggest that he makes errors on purpose. On purpose in order to appeal to ordinary folks who make mistakes and spell. Everybody does. Maybe he's trying to look.
Maybe it works for him.
Is he right about that?
How did he use it again?
It was, Ryan wanted Michael, the subject, to explain the computer system, the object.
Thank you.
To whomever, meaning us, the indirect object, which is the correct usage of the word.
This is, of course, who can forget Kofifi and all of those.
I mean, obviously, those kinds of things work for him in a way that doesn't resonate with this panel. But I think that there could be a real either deliberate effort to do that, or it's just something that shows, hey, I'm busy, I'm doing a lot of things, so what if I have a misspelling or two?
This was a statement that could have been written days ahead of time. I would have been happy to proofread it for them or fact check it for them.